The machine says we're live.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
Cheers.
Kyle's eating his snack. I already ate mine. I was too hungry to wait. So, friends, we're doing a video. Welcome. We are doing live big mistakes that you are doing and why you're not losing weight.
And we know these mistakes because we made them for years, and we see so many people that ask us questions and that are having struggles. They're making the exact same mistakes that we made. So yeah, we want to give you guys some tips to help you avoid these big mistakes that you're making in weight loss. If you guys can hear us and see us okay, let us know. Hey guys joining the chat room, please let us know if you can hear us and see us okay. We were having technical problems before. We wanted to jump on earlier, but we were having technical problems. So let us know, and if you can hear us and see us, and if it's all synced up and everything.
Yeah, we would appreciate it, the friends. So, video, one of the first reasons why you might not be losing weight is you are trying to lose weight too fast. Okay, so far, it looks like they can
Thank
hear
you,
and see
Rachel.
us. Thank you. So, a lot of people think that when they want to lose weight, they want to lose it really quickly. The idea of losing weight quickly is great. However, if you lose weight quick, most people who do it quickly eventually put it back on plus more. It's not sustainable in the long term. And we know this because we did it over and over and over again. I used to drop 20 pounds in 2 weeks, and then I would put on 40 pounds in 2 weeks because I couldn't sustain what I was doing.
And you know what? It's so tempting to drop it fast because we all want that quick fix. And me and Nicole have done, every diet known to mankind. We've done the low carb, and you feel like an all-star those first couple days because you're dropping water weight. You can step on the scale 2-3 days later, you've dropped 10 pounds.
Yeah, and you feel so good about yourself.
You feel good, but that boomerang effect feels even worse and puts you even in a deeper depression than when you started because you realize, A, like Nicole said, not sustainable, and B, you weren't dropping body fat, you were dropping water weight.
Yeah, and most people to lose weight fast take drastic measures. And if you plan on keeping it off, you don't want to take drastic measures. You want to go steady. So 1 to 2 pounds a week is a steady, fairly quick, steady rate to do it. Do not take drastic measures and try to lose it fast.
Another tip to add on to that, our bodies are very smart. So if you're dropping weight fast, your body's central nervous system, your brain, all your systems are going to shut down pretty much immediately and say, you know what? This looks like I'm being starved. I ain't doing it anymore. And they're going to stop. They're also going to start using anything they can. If you're doing a starvation diet, they're going to get your body's smart. It's going to get its energy from somewhere. So it's going to pull from sources like your muscle and your glycogen stores, and you're going to feel like crap. And it's basically taking one step forward. You think you're losing the weight fast, and then you're 2 steps back because you've done all this damage and done it too fast. And our bodies don't like change. You can't trick it for that long. It's going to get stubborn and it's going to get stuck.
Exactly. Thank you guys so much for coming in. Welcome to all the friends coming in. The second reason why you might not be losing weight is you're trying to do way too much too soon. Like we said from the first tip, you are trying to take drastic measures. Most people want to go from where they currently are and change like presto, night and day, and that is way too much pressure, way too many expectations. When I remember the first time, like Kyle and I yo-yo dieted our whole lives separately, but then when we got together and we started gaining even more weight, we decided to do a diet. We decided we were going to do P90X and do the diet that came with the plan, which was chicken and broccoli and rice, I
Veggie
believe.
and protein and very little.
Very, very little rice. Maybe, yeah, very, very little. And we did that for one day, maybe half a day, because we were going from, an example of our dinner would be 4 plates of spaghetti and meatballs, then half a dozen donuts each for dessert, followed by a bag of chips each, 4 chocolate bars, and probably Taco Bell for a snack. Going from that to chicken breast and broccoli is way, way too strict, way too fast. You need to start slow, which is why portion control is the best. Stick to what you enjoy and don't deviate too far from what you're eating now. Portion control it by reading the serving sizes on the back of packages and cans and things like that. Do not do too much too fast.
Most people also, they try to really, not only do they do too much too fast, they overcomplicate things. Like Nicole said, it's about simple portion control.
Yes.
When you're starting off. A lot of people try to split hairs and put the horse before the cart before the horse.
Yes.
So they're worrying about macros right away. They're worrying about their healthy fats.
Carb placement.
They're worrying about, where they're going to place their cardio, where they're going to place their carbohydrates. Are you supposed to do this first? Are you supposed to do that? How do I, build muscle? Well, getting clear with your goals, if it's losing weight, it's very simple. It's cutting down your portion sizes, moving more. It doesn't need to be overcomplicated, and you don't need to go so drastic. Once you build momentum, you're going to want to do more eventually, but if you do too much too soon, you're going to crash and burn.
Exactly. So thank you so much, the friends, for coming in. Hope you're enjoying this video so far. If you would like to support the channel or have your question or comment read, there is super chat down below. It's the $ by the little chatty thingy. So thank you for that. And we'll keep going.
Keep on rolling, baby.
That's how I roll.
Oh. Mm-hmm. I thought that.
So the third one is getting way too focused on exercise. A lot of people start to become obsessed with cardio, and that happened to me. It happened to Kyle. It happened to everyone that we know that has talked to us. They get way too obsessed with cardio and they start doing way, way too much cardio. You really don't need a lot. 20 to 30 minutes. We did 30 minutes a day, steady state walking. And it was a slow pace because we were very, very big and we couldn't walk very fast or do very much.
And if you guys take away anything from this video, take away this. Me and Nicole spent years, decades trying to out-train a bad diet. Meaning we would have, week-long or weekend-long binges. And Monday morning, we would try to make up for that with like 2 hours of cardio wearing a garbage bag so that we'd, sweat all over the place and kind of try to make up ground. You will never make up ground. You will never out-train bad diet habits. You cannot physically do it. You do not have enough energy or time in the day, or, you can't get enough sleep to wake up and be an all-star when you're eating habits are off. It just doesn't happen. You can take in way more calories than you can burn off, especially if you're overweight. You physically won't be able to make up for it. And that whole term of making up for eating something is another topic for another day. But just know that we've been there. We've tried. We've convinced ourselves that we could out-train a bad diet. It never, ever works out that way.
No, diet is the key. Diet is always king. You could not work out and diet properly and still lose weight. It's yes, you do need a little bit of exercise, but what you really, really need to do is focus on your diet and find something you enjoy to do exercise-wise. I do 20 minutes a day. We do 20 minutes a day of fasted cardio, and that is it. We don't do any more because it really doesn't do anything for you except make you lose muscle.
And if we wish we would have been more consistent. It depends on your goals, but we wish we would have built muscle, our whole life and focused on that. First focus on diet, then muscle, then cardio last. Because the more muscle you have, the more calories you burn. So a lot of people go in with the mindset that cardio is king. Cardio is the last thing that you need to worry about. And this is coming from two people that were morbidly obese telling you cardio is like one of the last things that you need to worry about in this whole lifestyle change journey, fitness, weight loss journey. Cardio is very low on the list compared to what most people think. It's like number one for most people. It's way down the list for us. And the last 6 years keeping off our weight, it goes even lower than that. Diet is always king.
Yes, it is. It is. Let us know, the friends, if you have experience with these mistakes, like if you've made any of these mistakes, or if you're currently stuck making these mistakes and, maybe these tips are helping you or will help you. So we've got 2 more tips or reasons why you might not be losing weight. And the 4th one, this is a huge one that I think every person in the world has done at some point: denying yourself. So every time that we yo-yo dieted or we dieted, our Monday morning diets, we always said, okay, this is it. Chicken, broccoli, rice, no treats. I actually remember when I think I was 18 and I had just lost 20 pounds in 2 weeks. And I was like on the high still of losing a ton of weight. I was feeling good. I was getting a lot of compliments from people who didn't understand that I was pretty much starving myself to get there. And I was doing an hour a day of cardio and 2 hours of weight training in the gym. And then not only that, but I would go home and do another hour. So 4 hours a day of exercise. And at the time, I wasn't eating meat and I did not eat any protein at all. So I was doing this on very low carbs and fruit and vegetables. It was the worst idea I ever had in my life. But I remember I went to a family dinner and there was dessert at the table and I really, really wanted it. But because I had done all of this stuff for 2 weeks and lost all this weight, I was afraid to eat the dessert. So, of course, I didn't eat it then. And then 2 weeks later, I completely binged and went way, way off track. So, and I did this multiple times in my life, and Kyle has as well. Every time that we deny ourselves, we backtrack.
And the one thing, me and Nicole did a really cool Halloween style wedding. We planned it ourselves. We paid for it ourselves. We had the best food. Yeah. And the one thing out of the whole day, I loved the whole day, but the one thing that we both regret is that we denied ourselves treats at our own wedding. Can you imagine that, knowing us now? If we were back then, this is how sick we were in the head. We didn't eat, I denied myself throughout the whole process of our wedding. I didn't have a treat.
No, I remember that. I let myself eat a few more treats than Kyle did at our wedding, but I felt so bad for it, especially because Kyle wasn't eating them. So I was like, well, what's wrong with me that he's stronger than me and I need to eat the treats and he doesn't need to eat them? And then I drank water with lemon. I did not have any alcohol, no diet pop, nothing else to drink, no juice, no nothing, because I had it in my head that I was going to drink water on our wedding day and not eat treats and just stick to the main meal. And I do regret it because I would go all out now and eat whatever I wanted for our wedding. And denying yourself also means taking away food groups. A lot of people start like I did the example I just told you about with the not eating meat. I was a vegetarian at the time. I thought it was because of animal rights and things like that. But the more that I understand my eating disorder, I now realize that that was my way of trying to take control over my life. So that was part of my eating disorder. Not only was I denying myself treats, I was denying myself things that the body needs, protein. And I didn't eat any because I had told myself I don't like eggs, I don't like milk, I don't like any dairy, I won't eat, protein powder.
There are some vegetarians that do it right, that get their protein.
Yes, but I did not do it right.
And I was a vegetarian for a couple of years as well, and I did not do it right, which was mainly because me and Nicole had eating disorders that we weren't dealing with way back when.
No, it can be done correctly. That's a really good point. But the way that we did it and the way that you just need to be very careful if you're going to, if you are a vegetarian, make sure that you're not denying yourself anything or taking anything away, because the way that we did it was not proper. And anytime that you take away a food group, you risk backsliding because you're denying yourself.
Especially if you're like us and have had emotional eatings in the past or pretty much your whole life. It's a slippery slope to get into removing food groups. It's something that is a huge mistake that we see so many people in the comment section and people emailing us, asking us. They're starting out without a foundation because they're A, dealing with emotional eating, B, they haven't been giving their body nutrition for a very long time, and their first kind of desperate attempt, and we were there, we did it too, is to want a quick fix and want to remove carbs completely or want to remove meat completely or whatever it is. They try to take away whole food groups so that they think they can get these results quicker, and they don't know the long-term effects of what that can do to your mind and your body.
Yeah.
What's up to all the friends in the chat room? Thank you for joining the live stream. Once again, if you guys have a question or comment that you want read out on air, the super chat is down below. Please consider super chatting. It also supports the channel.
Thank you, the friends. So I noticed some people are saying in the chat that they do struggle with all of the things that we've listed here, and you're definitely not alone. Let us know, the friends, which of these tips that we've given so far do you struggle with the most? I know, like, for myself personally, I think the denying myself, and along with the denying yourself is the guilt. The guilt of like I said about when I had been dieting and I went to a family dinner and I didn't want to eat dessert because I felt so guilty eating it. And then I went way off track and I started, noticing my clothes were getting tighter again. And then I actually put on way more than what I had lost.
And these might seem like simple tips, but it's funny how like we as humans will apply these rules of how humans behave and think. Like when we deny ourselves, if you remember when you were a kid, you deny yourself, or somebody tells you can't touch that toy until after, or you can't
touching that damn toy,
or you want something for Christmas, but you have to wait. You can't have it right now, and Christmas is a couple months away, or your birthday's a couple months away. We as humans, when we're told we cannot do something, we want it even more. So when we grow up, we think, oh, we might be over that, and we say, you know what? I'm going on a diet Monday morning, and I'm not going to touch cookies ever again. Guess what thoughts running through your head every second of the day? Cookies, 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 right?
Yep.
So we're still the same. We just, we might learn a bit more. We might, we're grown up now, but our brains as humans operate kind of the same way. If you take something away or tell somebody something's taboo, they want it more. So don't do that to yourself, is what we're saying.
Yeah.
Don't tell yourself that you're going to be a robotic eater the rest of your life when maybe you're a food lover, you're a foodie. It's not realistic. And we're living proof that you can have it all. You don't have to choose.
Yeah.
You can have your treats and still see results, massive weight loss results like me and Nicole, and go further than that, build muscle and still have the weight loss results, on top of having planned out treats once in a while.
Yeah. You know what? Speaking of like denying yourself, also overdoing it in terms of like saying, okay, I'm going on a diet and I am exercising every single day. I'm doing an hour of this and an hour of weight training, and that's it. I'm doing it every single day for the rest of my life. So, putting that pressure on yourself too, of not just not eating treats, but saying, okay, I have my whole life's exercise plan laid out. I remember we said like we were going to do P90X, the entire program, the whole 3 months of it, and we were going to follow every single day what it said for every single day. First of all, Kyle was almost 400 pounds and I was almost 300 pounds. There were some things we physically could not do. So here we are, morbidly obese, trying to follow a program that we just weren't ready for, and forcing ourselves to do it.
It's like there's nothing inherently wrong with these programs, like with P90X, but it's the same thing as when people blame American junk food for the fact that, we have a lot of obese people in North America. It's not about the food. It's not about the workout program. It's our heads behind the programs, behind the food. It's
about forcing yourself to do it. It's down the road.
Not listening to you and your body.
Exactly. Because down the road, we actually ended up being very successful on P90X. But what we did was we modified the program to our needs. Once we realized that you don't have to do what society tells you is appropriate to do to lose weight, you can take it and modify it for yourself. So once we realized that, we did really well. We started building our base of muscle by modifying P90X. We lost a lot of body fat doing it, but we modified it ourselves. Oh, someone mentioned the marshmallow video. And that's very funny because I learned that in high school, and I was actually thinking about that when we were talking about it.
You told me about that.
It's where basically a group of kids is put into a room and they're all given a marshmallow, and they're told, if you don't eat this marshmallow, I'm going to leave, and if you don't eat this marshmallow while I'm gone, when I come back, I'm going to give you 2 marshmallows. And they test to see how long a kid can stare at this marshmallow after being told not to eat it. And I think most of the kids actually eat the marshmallow and only a few of them don't. I actually did that experiment with chocolate bars as a project in my high school class. And I believe actually more people didn't eat it.
What kind of chocolate bars?
Oh gosh, I think it was Cadbury mini chocolate bars. It was a good one.
If that was Twix, I'd be all over it.
It was the good ones. I think only a few people participated, and I believe some of them ate it, and then there was like one person that held out. But it's very true. When you either tell yourself not to do something or tell yourself to do something, it really messes with your head, or when you tell yourself to do something or not, or someone else. So be really mindful of that. If you want to do a program, or you say, okay, I would like to do some exercise every day, then you're not setting super specific pressure goals. You're just setting a goal like, I'd like to move my body every day. That's a lot more doable and manageable than saying, I am waking up every morning at 5 a.m. and I am doing 30 minutes of super intense cardio every single day of my life for 3 months. That's way too specific. That puts too much pressure on yourself. So do small goals like, okay, I would like to move my body every day. That's it. And then you're more likely to do it. I would like to eat mostly balanced this week and then have just a couple of treats instead of I'm eating clean every single day, no treats. So just watch how you're putting things into your head. Watch how you're talking to yourself. Hello, welcome. We have lots of friends in here.
Yeah, we've seen our friend Kevrod, Giovanni.
Yep, we've got Michael Frank coming in here. Lots of friends coming in. Thank you so much, the friends.
Do we want to hit the last major tip or
We
the
do.
last mistake
Yes.
that you want to avoid?
So the last one would be to be careful in how you're planning your diets, because a lot of people don't realize, but they actually go way under the caloric requirements. So a lot of people will undereat and not realize it.
And
underdrink. And not drink enough water. And then they're actually starving. So then they start reaching for food. Sorry. And they will binge and backtrack.
And also, a lot of people ask us, how do you deal with cravings? And we just put out a video, actually, I think it was today, put out a video about how we deal with cravings. But the biggest thing when we first ask them is, how much water are you drinking and how much food are you eating and how frequently? Because most times they're starving themselves and then wondering why they're having cravings. Well, you're not getting enough food. And it sounds crazy, but you need to eat to lose weight. You need to get that metabolism revving. You need to throw small logs on the fire to keep it burning.
Exactly. So you want to stick with at least 5 meals a day, and you want to eat every 2 to 4 hours. You need to be consistent, and you need to eat. Don't skip meals.
And as close as you can, because that's always the next question. But I can't eat. I have this job. I have this, these children. Those are all real concerns. Get it as close to every 4 hours as you can.
Just get the meals in. Make sure you eat a breakfast, lunch, and a dinner, and 2 snacks. And start with that. And use portion control. And then the other thing is, a lot of people confuse dehydration with hunger. If you are not drinking enough, your body will give you cues or signs as if you are hungry. So always make sure you're drinking enough water. Start with the recommended 8-ounce glasses. And, you can even start very slow. We started with 1 bottle and slowly worked our way up. So just do your best to get your water in, and always do that check before you reach for food. Make sure that you've taken in enough fluid for the day, because that is often people's problem. They're thirsty. They're dehydrated. So that was the 5 tips.
Yeah, that's our tips to try to avoid in your weight loss journey, because Lord knows we've hit them all.
Yeah.
We've hit them all many, many times along our journey. So we wanted to make this video to try to help you guys kind of avoid the pitfalls that we've hit, and that we know from all the questions and comments we get that a lot of you have hit.
Yep.
So hopefully these tips helped, and they will kind of, next time you fall into these traps, because they're very common, maybe you'll think twice about what we said or about what we've discussed tonight, and say, hey, I've done it 1,000 times the wrong way. I've fallen into this same trap of trying to make up with exercise, make up what I ate on the weekend with exercise, or any of the other tips we gave. And maybe this time you'll think a little differently, and you can kind of move on faster and not get stuck as long in the traps.
Exactly. Yeah. So you want to do just a couple more minutes, I just want to ask the friends something before we go. And go and eat cottage cheese
And peanut butter.
and peanut butter, that we might be going to Costco tomorrow and looking at food for cheat day, and I want to know what their favorite thing
From Costco.
from Costco is.
Yeah, because we'll be on the hunt probably, in the next day or two.
Yeah, because I love their cookies and their pizza, and maybe they will introduce us to something new.
Yeah.
So that's what. Because we haven't been there in a very long time.
Costco has amazing pizza. I was just going to say.
Yeah. The twist cones. Remember those?
Yeah. Their hot dogs are good.
Oh, yeah.
Their pizza.
Their poutine.
Their baked goods are amazing.
Yes.
They have, we had one time some cinnamon.
Those are good.
They weren't cinnamon buns. They were cinnamon.
Were they
not croissant.
Danishes?
Cinnamon Danishes, yeah.
Yeah, but they were like cinnamon bun Danishes or something. It was like really odd. Yeah, the pizza is one of my favorites, I think. But their cookies, like, what is it? Like the double chocolate, the chocolate chip.
Oh, the triple pack.
And the macadamia. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we might have to get some cookies and pizza.
Cookies and pizza it is.
Yeah. All right, the friends.
Thank you so much, everyone that stopped by in the live chat. We love all you guys. It's great to see you. We missed you guys.
Yeah. Thanks for coming in and having a little look-see.
Yeah.
Okay, the friends, we wish you a great rest of the week. Happy Friday tomorrow. The clip are out. Peace, dudes.
Peace out, friends.
Whistle.